The pro-freedom Iranians continue their uprising against the Islamic regime, but we are now having a chaotic situation as the Taliban forces from Afghanistan have now invaded Iran, all thanks to President Joe Biden. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about what's going on in Iran. The latest update. So, the Iranians who have been rising up against the Islamic occupiers over the last couple of years, they continue their fight. They are not giving up, and the regime are struggling to crush this rebellion. Every single day, the movement grows stronger, and they're asking for the Crown Prince in exile, Reza Pahlavi, to return to save them. Now, one issue with this is that this is all about what happened in 1979. There was a coup in 1979, and the Islamic occupation came in place with the help of some of the foreign countries, CIA and France, and then Britain to turn the blind eye. That was fun. That backfired massively on the West. Now we have the Taliban, who came in place thanks to Biden. Then they took the American equipment and all the weapons, right? Iranian government decided to befriend the Taliban. Yeah, we're neighbors. Let's just all be friends. Everything's going to be fine, right? Well, that's not how things work, because they have issues between the border, on the border between Afghanistan and Iran, and the Taliban are getting a little bit arrogant and cocky, right? So they decided to use the American weapons that they stole from Biden to now target the Iranian border, and but they're targeting, of course, the Iranian regime itself. So their officials and soldiers are getting targeted. So you would think that the Iranian people would be like, well, let them fight. But the issue with this is that the Taliban are also nutters. So you got the Islamic occupiers attacking another group of Islamic occupiers, and ordinary people in Iran, Persians and all the others, the Jews and everybody else, they don't care. They're not Islamists. This is not a nation of Islam in Iran. They've been occupied by these people. And now we're having a situation where people in Iran are more united than ever before. So a lot of them obviously want constitutional monarchy back. They want parliamentary democracy. Some still say, well, it's probably best to have constitutional republic, but they want to make sure the constitution returns, regardless of if it's going to be Reza Pahlavi, who is the crown prince in exile, the son of the last Shah that was ousted in 79. So you got all these writings on the wall around the country in Iran calling for him to return. And we actually have a video, a collection of videos of Iranians chanting for the return of the crown prince. And they're saying that this is the only way we can actually save the nation. Let's go to these videos. Now, it is incredibly sad to see a country that was once, obviously, the ancient civilization of Iran and Persia, and it was a liberal society until the 70s, late 70s, when the coup happened. It became a pawn for the games of globalists. You got the Western globalists and Eastern globalists, every single group trying to take advantage of Iran in the 20th century. You got the Russians from the north, you got the Brits from the south, and then they had to get the Americans to help them, and it was a bit of a mess. And then the coup that was backed up by CIA and all those guys, allegedly, that backfired. Because the next day, the Islamic occupiers came out and said, death to America. That didn't go too well. And Iranians are now waking up. They've woken up a while ago. They're now fighting back. And this is a country that has a less than 32% of the population who are Muslim. Less than 32% are Muslim. And the majority of them are not really practicing anyway. And the country has been occupied by Islamists. And the issue with this is that now the whole world thinks, oh, Iran is like Saudi Arabia because the regime is Islamist. And it doesn't work that way. The nation in Iran are different. They were advanced in the 60s and 70s. They were close allies to us. But now we abandoned them and we took advantage of them. And now we're having this situation. So we now have the President Xi and Beijing buying out Iran bit by bit. And Putin's got the north part and everything else, and Iran is helping Russia, and then you've got all the others taking advantage, and now Iran and Saudi Arabia are best friends. Yeah, but this is the end game. We are getting close to the end game. These are the final days of the Islamic Republic, and the best thing that we are finally having is the Iranians inside and outside country are finally uniting behind one cause: bring back the constitution. That's all they want. And Iran had a constitutional monarchy before. They had parliamentary democracy. Then things happened, and now they want it back. That's all it is. I'll keep you guys posted on this and other issues as well. I'm Mahyar Tousi, and we are the media.